All right, today I'm going to talk about A, what the bringing back of the direwolf really means, and like what it really is, and B, all the cool crap we can do now that we know this stuff. And trust me, there's some cool stuff. So, first, the direwolf did not really come back from extinction. It's dead, and it's going to continue to remain dead. What they created was a wolf that was giant and white and had direwolf-like traits. When they bring back, quote-unquote, the woolly mammoth, what they're really going to do is just make a hairy elephant and put woolly mammoth-like traits into a normal elephant, which is not the same thing as bringing the animal back. It's more akin to me taking, like, I don't know, a lab, and then giving it giant genes, and then making its fur slightly different textured, and then saying, bam, I created a Great Dane. It's not going to be a Great Dane. It's going to be its own little thing. I mean, we already have dog breeds that look a lot like each other, but are not the same breed. But if you call it a Great Dane, I don't really care. Anywho, back to the topic at hand. Them taking direwolf-like genes and traits and then implanting it into a wolf, and like their genetic mutations of the woolly mice, making the mice hairy and be able to handle cold weather intolerances. This genetic capacity allows us to basically domesticate any animal that is a mammal and not a marsupial. You know how awesome that is? So say I want like a domestic fox, which has already been domesticated, but let's say I want a different domestic fox. I want to do it a different way. Bam, I can just look for the domestication genes inside a freaking dog and implant it into a fox, because they have genes that have been mutated that we can associate with domestication. I want a domestic ferret. I mean, not ferret. If I want a domestic, I don't know, pine marten or otter or any mustelid, freaking honey badger. I want a domestic honey badger. I can look the ferret genes, isolate the domestic genes that we have already found, and then implant that, and then bam, I got a pet honey badger. Freaking awesome. Now, some caveats are, you would want to wait at least 2 generations, I'd say, probably 3, just to make sure the domestication works, because we really do not know much about DNA as we claim. You affect one gene, we don't know how that changes the application of the other genes. So you could theoretically make a highly unstable animal when you're trying to make a very stable animal, but I don't think that would happen as often as you would also think. And just wait a few generations and bam, you know. So basically, we can turn any animal domestic that we want. Not to mention, we can kind of create cool-looking chimera animals. You seen Avatar? Skunk bears, platypus bears, all the different kind of bears and all the different kind of animals they got? Well, we couldn't quite go that extreme, but there's nothing from stopping us from making a domestic bear with dog domesticated genes that has like skunk stripes or a cheetah print. You know, we could basically create our own animals, kind of like playing God, I guess. But that technology is really, really close. And if you are a multi-billionaire like Elon Musk, there's nothing stopping him from basically having whatever animal he wants. I mean, he could even pay off the government to allow it. So, bro, we're living in the future.